There is one rule in football that makes people absolutely lose their minds. It ends goals. It sparks arguments. It has caused grown adults to throw things at their TVs, and nobody can ever explain it properly. It's called offside. In the next 5 minutes, you're going to understand it completely. Probably better than most people who've watched football their whole lives. First, why does offside even exist? Imagine football with no offside rule. What would happen? Simple. Every team would just park one player right in front of the opponent's goal, permanently, just standing there, waiting for the ball. The entire game would become a boring long ball contest. Offside exists to force players to actually work for their position. You can't just camp near the goal and wait. You have to earn it. That's the whole point. It keeps the game fair and forces real football to happen. Now, here's the actual rule. When the ball is passed to you, at least 2 opponents must be between you and the goal. That's it. That's the entire offside rule in one sentence. Now, almost always, one of those 2 opponents is the goalkeeper. So in practice, what you're looking for is this. Is the attacker behind the last defender when the ball is played? If yes, offside. The referee stops play. Free kick to the other team. If no, totally legal. Play continues. Here's the part most people miss. It's not about where you are when you receive the ball. It's about where you are at the exact moment the ball is kicked. That split second is everything. A toe, a shoulder, a knee. If any part of your body that can legally score a goal is ahead of the last defender, you're offside. That's why you see referees drawing lines on screen during VAR reviews. They're measuring fractions of centimeters. We're talking about body parts that are literally millimeters ahead. Let's make this really simple. Think of a 100-meter sprint. There's a starting line. Before the gun fires, you can't step over it. That's a false start. Offside works the same way. The last defender is your starting line. The moment your teammate kicks the ball, that's the gun. If you're already past that line when the gun fires, you've jumped it. Offside. The tricky part? Football is moving constantly. The defender can step forward at the last second to play you offside, deliberately pushing the line up to catch you out. This is called the offside trap. And when it works, it's genius. When it fails, and the attacker runs clean through on goal, it's one of the most exciting moments in football. Now, offside doesn't apply everywhere, and this trips people up constantly. You cannot be offside from a goal kick, a corner kick, or a throw-in, only from open play passes. So if a corner is whipped into the box and someone heads it in from an offside position, it counts. Perfectly legal. No flag. Also, you're only offside if you're actively involved in play. If you're standing in an offside position but the ball goes nowhere near you and you're not interfering, the referee can let it go. This is where it gets genuinely complicated and referees get decisions wrong. Even the professionals argue about it constantly. Here's a wild fact. VAR was specifically introduced in 2018 partly to fix offside decisions. Before that, linesmen had to judge fractions of a second by eye alone. Half the time they got it wrong. So why does offside make people so angry? Because of timing. You score a goal. The stadium erupts, players sprint to the corner flag, fans are hugging strangers. Pure joy. Then, the flag goes up, or VAR spends 2 minutes drawing lines on a screen, and the goal is cancelled because someone's armpit was 2 centimeters ahead of a defender. An armpit. Cancelled. That's the thing about offside. The rule itself is simple, but applying it at full speed, with millimeter margins, in real time, that's where football gets maddening. And honestly, that tension, that drama, that moment of waiting to see if the flag goes up, it's part of what makes football so addictive. So there it is. Offside, finally explained. 2 opponents between you and the goal, judged at the exact moment the ball is kicked. Millimeters matter, and it doesn't apply to corners, goal kicks, or throw-ins. Next time you watch a World Cup match and the flag goes up, you'll know exactly what happened, and you'll probably still be angry about it. That's football. If you want to go deeper, VAR explained, every football rule, formations, it's all on this channel. Hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.